Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're diving straight into one of the craziest moments in Battle Through the Heavens. The scene where Queen Medusa evolves from a Dou Zun all the way to a 4-star Dou Sheng, awakening her 9-colored heaven-swallowing python form and even crippling a 5-star Dou Sheng with just one move. But before we begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the family. And now, let's jump right into it. After the Sky Mansion Alliance was finally formed, Xiao Yan didn't waste any time. Following Yao Lao's advice, he headed straight to the 9 serene deep-ground python tribe. His goal? To get his hands on the spring blood crystals, an absolutely crucial ingredient for refining the 9-ing yellow spring pill. With that pill, not only could he boost his chances of successfully subduing the purifying demonic lotus flame in the future, but he could also help Kai Lin take that massive leap forward and evolve into the legendary 9-colored heaven-swallowing python. So, Xiao Yan set out with Medusa and the others toward the beast region. And once they arrived, the whole place was already in chaos. The former clan chief, Yao Ming, was trying to reclaim his rightful position, so Xiao Yan stepped right in and helped him kill Yao Xiaotian, restoring the balance within the clan. Only then did Xiao Yan make his request. He wanted to stay within the tribe for a while so Kai Lin could use the unique, icy environment of the 9 serene spring to complete her crucial body tempering process. And since they'd just helped him regain the throne, Yao Ming agreed without hesitation. Soon after, Xiao Yan and the others reached the edge of the 9 serene spring. Dense mist swirled around them, the air filled with that bone-piercing cold. Xiao Yan explained to Kai Lin that this wasn't a place ordinary cultivators could mess around with. The cold energy in that spring could freeze even high-level experts to death. But for the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python? It was basically a perfect cultivation paradise. Kai Lin also admitted that the cold was terrifyingly strong. Even members of the 9 serene deep-ground python clan didn't dare to dive too deep. But for her, this wasn't something she feared. Xiao Yan then took out one of his earlier creations, a 9th-grade treasure pill, the Great Bodhi Return Pill. Just one of these could massively increase someone's success rate of breaking through to the half-saint realm. He told Kai Lin to take it at the crucial moment of her transformation. Then, without the slightest hesitation, Kai Lin transformed into her massive 7-colored heaven-swallowing python form and plunged into the icy depths of the 9 serene spring. The moment she entered, Xiao Yan could clearly sense the energy within the spring beginning to surge violently. And while Kai Lin was absorbing that terrifying coldness, Xiao Yan sat down above the ravine to begin his own cultivation. Little Fairy Doctor and Qing Tan stood guard right beside him, patiently watching over both of them. Half a month went by in complete silence. Xiao Yan still hadn't awakened, and the spring, which had been roaring and bubbling earlier, had returned to a dead, eerie calm. Even Kai Lin wasn't showing any movement at all. Qing Tan was visibly nervous, but Little Fairy Doctor remained calm. She could sense that the massive amount of icy energy accumulated in the spring over countless years was constantly funneling toward the depths, meaning only one thing. Kai Lin was absorbing everything like a bottomless abyss. For her special python physique, this was the ideal environment. 2 days later, as dawn broke on the 3rd day, everything suddenly erupted. Xiao Yan's energy cloud began to fluctuate violently, drawing in the energy of heaven and earth like a raging storm. A massive vortex formed above him, funneling straight into the top of his head. Little Fairy Doctor and Qing Tan immediately snapped to full alert. Then, Xiao Yan's eyes shot open, and the energy explosion that followed was insane. Waves of force blasted out from him, shaking the mountain walls apart, cracking stone like it was nothing, and sending boulders tumbling down into the ravine. Even the powerful experts of the Python tribe were stunned, whispering in shock that Xiao Yan's aura was close to that of a 2-star Dou Sheng. Once he came out of seclusion, Xiao Yan immediately learned terrible news. Dragon Island was under attack. The 3 Dragon Kings had teamed up with the Heaven Demon Phoenix clan, and Ziyan was in danger. Without hesitation, Xiao Yan left to support her. Before leaving, he sent a message into the depths of the spring, telling Kai Lin to focus on her cultivation. When she completed her breakthrough, she should go straight to the Falling Star Pavilion and wait for him there. After settling things on Dragon Island, Xiao Yan heard that something had gone horribly wrong at the 9 serene spring. Realizing Kai Lin was still in seclusion inside, he didn't hesitate for even a moment. He brought Little Fairy Doctor and Qing Tan and rushed straight back toward the beast region. Even though Yao Lao worried they might not be strong enough, Xiao Yan had grown tremendously, and he was confident he could handle whatever awaited them. Meanwhile, chaos had erupted within the Python tribe. The Heaven Demon Phoenix clan, led by their clan chief Huang Tian, a terrifying late-stage 5-star Dou Sheng, had launched a massive attack. Yao Ming was completely overpowered. Huang Tian shattered the 9 Serene Spring, intending to capture Kai Lin during her weakest moment. This was revenge, retaliation for Xiao Yan capturing the Phoenix clan's young chief earlier. Just as the situation reached its most desperate point, Xiao Yan finally arrived. He clashed with Huang Tian in a fierce battle. At first, Huang Tian overwhelmed him with the Phoenix clan's insane speed and combat talent. But Xiao Yan quickly turned the situation around by unleashing his powerful soul force and using the wrath of the spring. When Huang Tian transformed into a 1,000-foot-tall demon phoenix and prepared a killing strike, Xiao Yan was already ready, gathering his 6-colored fire lotus for a life-or-death counter. Then, just as that fatal moment was about to land, the entire world trembled. From the depths of the shattered 9 Serene Spring, a 9-colored pillar of light erupted into the sky, shaking heaven and earth. No one knew what it was. The Serpent Clan elders stared up in disbelief. They could feel a terrifying pressure coming from that light, one that made their ancient serpent bloodlines tremble. Before anyone could react, Huang Tian, still in his massive phoenix form, slammed straight into the pillar after losing control of his momentum. The explosion that followed was world-shaking. Cracks rippled through the column of light, and then it shattered completely with a deafening boom. From within that explosion, a 1,000-foot-long serpent tail burst out, instantly wrapping around Huang Tian's gigantic phoenix body. As the pillar fully collapsed, a colossal 9-colored python emerged, even larger than Huang Tian's true form, scales shimmering beautifully under the sun. Gasps exploded across the battlefield. This wasn't the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python anymore. This was the legendary 9-colored heaven-swallowing python. Yao Ming was completely stunned. This divine beast form was something that existed only in ancient legends, a bloodline even nobler than the ancient heaven python itself. It had never appeared in countless years. Huang Tian, bound and unable to move, roared in disbelief. A creature on par with the heavenly phoenix, and it had appeared right here, right now. His feathers hardened into countless sharp blades as he wildly slashed at the giant python in a panic. But the massive serpent only responded with a cold, terrifying gaze. With a single shake of her head, dozens of 7-colored scales fell from beneath her jaw, transforming into massive 7-colored heaven-swallowing pythons. They twisted together, forming a gigantic net that completely surrounded Huang Tian. Feeling that deadly pressure closing in, Huang Tian desperately struggled, trying to break free. Huang Tian's massive phoenix body, still trapped in the snake net, suddenly erupted with golden light. Under that dazzling glow, his enormous frame shrank rapidly, reverting back into human form. With his wings still spread out behind him, the air around him roared with wind and thunder as he forcefully tore through space itself. For a moment, it looked like he had barely managed to slip through the gaps of the massive serpent net and escape. But just as Huang Tian thought he was finally free, a colossal shadow descended from the heavens. Before he could even react, that multicolored serpent tail came crashing down like a divine punishment. The impact was earth-shattering. The explosion blasted open a 1,000-foot-wide crater, shaking the entire mountain range. Huang Tian spat blood violently as the force nearly twisted his internal organs. His body shot across the sky like a broken meteor, smashing into a mountain and carving out a 1,000-foot trench before finally stopping. The whole world fell silent. Everyone watching, humans, magical beasts, Phoenix Clan experts, swallowed hard. A single strike from that tail, even a Dou Sheng elite would explode into a mist of blood. The Phoenix Clan's strongest members stood frozen. Under the crushing presence of the 9-colored heaven-swallowing python, not a single person dared to move, let alone attempt to rescue. Then, under countless terrified gazes, the colossal 9-colored python slowly began shrinking. Its gigantic form condensed, scales glowing as the divine beast shape transformed into a breathtakingly beautiful woman. She floated in mid-air like an empress surveying her subjects, majestic, cold, irresistible. Anyone who so much as glanced at her felt their heart tremble, their fighting spirit go unstable. But when her eyes found Xiao Yan, that icy expression melted into a warm, charming smile. A smile beautiful enough to make even a Dou Sheng lose focus. Xiao Yan froze for a moment. Seeing Kai Lin like this, he couldn't help feeling a mix of pride and helplessness. His own improvement during seclusion seemed insignificant compared to her leap. He'd visited the 9 Serene Spring and sensed nothing unusual, while Kai Lin had obtained the inheritance of legends. Her fortune was truly beyond enviable. Kai Lin, with a hint of frustration, admitted something unexpected. She had originally hoped that after this seclusion, she would once again surpass Xiao Yan, just like the days when she far outstripped him in power. With her naturally competitive personality, she felt a little disappointed that she still couldn't recreate that overwhelming gap. Xiao Yan noticed that after this breakthrough, her aura had changed. She wasn't just Medusa anymore. She had regained that untamed, confident queenly presence from their early encounters, but now tempered with a deeper elegance and an even sharper strength. Calming himself, Xiao Yan asked about her current cultivation level. The strange thing was, he couldn't accurately sense it. Not because she was far stronger than him, but because her aura was simply too unique to be measured normally. With calm honesty, Kai Lin told him she had reached the level of a 4-star Dou Sheng. And despite the deadly majesty she showed outsiders, she always displayed a gentle obedience only in front of Xiao Yan. Still, Xiao Yan had noticed earlier, the snake net technique she used was far beyond the power of an ordinary 4-star Dou Sheng. When he questioned her about that, Kai Lin admitted it had external help. She lifted her slender arm, revealing 7 colored snake patterns coiling elegantly around her skin. The moment Xiao Yan saw them, his expression changed. When he reached out and touched them, he almost couldn't believe what he sensed. These weren't simple energy tattoos. They were alive. Each pattern was a true 7-colored heaven-swallowing python with its own life force. Kai Lin gently explained everything. The nest of the 7-colored heaven-swallowing python clan lay hidden at the deepest part of the 9 serene spring. There, she had received the ancestral inheritance. Though the bodies of many ancestors had perished long ago, their souls remained. She awakened those remnant souls and let them attach themselves to her. Only with their power could she perform the devastating technique she used earlier. From the ruins, Huang Tian, still trembling and beaten, finally realized the horrifying truth hidden beneath the spring. With a trembling voice, he asked whether using those remnant ancestral souls would bring hidden dangers. Kai Lin's expression dimmed slightly. These souls were incomplete, after all, and in some ways, entirely driven by her will. Xiao Yan exhaled in relief. He comforted her, assuring that maybe someday they could even help repair those remnant souls. But right now, they needed to handle the crisis before them. Both of them turned toward the collapsed mountain in the distance. Huang Tian, covered in dirt and blood, struggled back into the sky looking utterly miserable. The gentleness in Kai Lin's eyes vanished instantly, replaced by a chilling, murderous intent. Wiping the blood from his lips, Huang Tian stared at the couple with panic creeping into his heart. If it were only Xiao Yan, he wouldn't fear the fight. But with Kai Lin, who could nearly cripple him in one strike, the situation was hopeless. Regret filled him. If he had known Xiao Yan's partner was the 9-colored heaven-swallowing python, he would never have provoked them. Around him, the Phoenix clan's powerful members lowered their heads. Their previous arrogance had completely evaporated. Xiao Yan was the one who broke the silence, asking Huang Tian whether he still wanted to continue capturing people. After a long, heavy pause, Huang Tian finally gave in. His hoarse voice echoed through the mountains, and the entire battlefield erupted in stunned murmurs. No one expected the proud patriarch of the Phoenix clan to publicly admit defeat. But Xiao Yan wasn't letting it slide that easily. In a cold, mocking tone, he said the matter wouldn't end so simply. Kai Lin even directly asked if she should kill him. Huang Tian's face turned grim. He warned that if they truly fought to the death, he could at least drag one of them into the grave with him. From afar, Yao Ming hesitated. Killing Huang Tian would provoke the Heaven Demon Phoenix clan into a frenzy. Even the Sky Mansion Alliance might not withstand the consequences. Then suddenly, Huang Tian announced he had information Xiao Yan needed to hear. He asked why Xiao Yan thought he had been lured here from Zhongzhou at this exact moment. Xiao Yan's expression darkened. Huang Tian continued, mentioning the new Dragon Emperor of the ancient Void Dragon tribe, and said that if Xiao Yan didn't head to the void space immediately, he might only arrive in time to collect a corpse. Hearing this, Xiao Yan's heart plummeted. He raised his hand, and his expression drastically changed. The dragon seal on his palm was fading. His fingertips turned ice cold. Without a moment of hesitation, Xiao Yan ripped open a spatial rift and stepped in with Kai Lin at his side. And before the void closed behind him, his final warning echoed across the battlefield. If anything happens to Ziyan, the entire Heaven Demon Phoenix clan will pay the price.